Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is gonna be a different type of video. It's a fun video to make. I would like to go over some of the awesome things Adesanya does in the striking realm. A lot of you guys will know some of these techniques. Some of you guys do have striking backgrounds, very knowledgeable. But to some of you newer fans with no martial arts background at all, I figured this video will be fun. Adesanya is a master at feints, whether it be with his upper body, with his hands, with his legs, with his hips. I personally love when he does feints with his hips. It's a quick, subtle motion, little twitch of the hips that really makes his opponents uneasy on the feet, throws them off, because they don't know what's coming. Now, when he starts implementing this hip feint, he's already probably landed a leg kick or two, maybe a front or teep kick. So when he does that little hip twitch, it makes his opponents uneasy. They're not quite sure what's coming. And it's just like a little subtle thing, a little flick of the hip, you know, getting his opponent to react, which actually opens up a lot of things. He did this in a Costa fight. He does this basically in every fight. All right, something else Adesanya is a master at, the basic jab. He has a really long jab, great form, good extension, steps forward, use all of his range and length. When Adesanya throws his jab, he pulls it right back. It's not a lazy jab. He doesn't just throw it and sit there, because you could leave yourself open to a counter, you know, throwing a lazy jab. So it's a quick snap, just absolutely brilliant stuff. His jab is like a jousting pole. And the other thing with an effective jab, it opens up so many other things for you. The basic 1-2, you know, you throw a jab right in somebody's face, pretty much like obstructs their vision, and then you just follow up with a cross. Or sometimes Adesanya will throw a high kick on that same side. All right, moving on. Adesanya's outstretched lead arm. This is like a probing tool, measures distance. You see Jon Jones doing this a whole bunch in his fights. He actually does it with both arms. You could catch punches with your hands. You could deflect shots with your arms out. You know, somebody throws something over the top or like a hook, you know, it's hitting your elbows or your arms. It's gonna take a lot of pop out of those shots. You know, with your lead arm out, it's a feeler and you're gauging basically range and distance, and you could land like a straight, like a cross. Adesanya also uses it to mesmerize you. Remember those old Bruce Lee movies? Well, yeah, it's a real thing, and Adesanya is a master at that, so is Jon Jones. It can obstruct your view, and then you can catch somebody with something while they're busy focusing on your hands. All right, another awesome technique is he will throw a jab with a lead hand, and then he follows up with a high kick on the same side. Pretty high level stuff. You need some level of athleticism, flexibility. Obviously, of course, great technique. And it's like Izzy will throw the jab and then come over the top with a high kick. The punch is like more of a distraction for the follow-up high kick. All right, the teep, oblique kick, right to the kneecap, part of distance management, stops guys in their tracks from rushing, gives them something to think about, and it's an annoyance. Once again, bringing up Jon Jones, also a master at this technique. You see Adesanya do this one a lot, the question mark kick. Also just used it in a Costa fight. The question mark kick really threw Paulo Costa off. Adesanya threw a few of them. They just whizzed past Costa's head and really had him tentative and second guessing, coming in, rushing and blitzing. And with the question mark kick, it looks like you're coming up with the knee and then mid-air you turn it over. Like I said, guys are expecting a knee, front kick, kick to the midsection, then the shin bone and the foot right upside your head, just like a whip. Izzy's pullback counters. So basically he stays in position, doesn't move backwards, leans back to avoid a punch or kick. And like I said, he's in position, so the counter comes quickly. He can just follow up with a hook. You need speed and reflexes to pull this type of stuff off. Fortunately, Adesanya has these in abundance. It's risky, but if you can pull it off, you can really catch somebody with a counter, you know, quickly. His distance management in general, the space he maintains basically keeps him in range to attack, and he's just out of range for his opponent's strikes not to be really effective or reach him. Izzy's got a long reach, he's very long, rangy, and it's like an imaginary you know, stick or something in between him and his opponent that he just maintains. Certain distance, just maintain, you know, Izzy gets off and his opponents have to really, you know, lunge in, and he's just out of range, which actually leaves them vulnerable for a counter. He's amazing at distance management. His slips and counters in general, his movement, some of that is God-given. He's super athletic, he's fast. He says it himself, why would I stand there like a punching bag and block strikes when he can just evade them altogether and counter? One more thing, there was a fighter that was actually successful in attacking Adesanya, landing on him, and that was Kelvin Gastelum. Now, why was Gastelum successful? Well, Gastelum's a really good boxer. He has really slick, fast hands, and he covers distance really well. He covers distance while throwing punches really well, which is super awesome and makes the guy super dangerous. Gastelum's really good at slipping, countering, similar to like Mike Tyson. You know, Gastelum's not the tallest for the division, but that helps him get under punches, get under like, you know, taller guys like their arms, the way that Izzy and Jon Jones have their arms out. A guy like Gastelum can actually get under them, you know, and get inside. And that distance he covers, again, like I said, super fast, just basically explodes, gets underneath strikes or his opponent's arms and just lands. Not many guys at 185 have that skill set like Gastelum. That's why he was one of the few guys that we've seen in the UFC really get to Izzy. Romero has that speed and explosion to an extent, but he doesn't have like the slick hands of like Gastelum. Not necessarily the same boxing ability, but he does explode really well and, you know, explodes with strikes, which had Adesanya cautious himself. But the finesse like Gastelum, not really there. Anyway, guys, that's gonna wrap up this short video. I had a lot of fun making this video, you know, studying some of Adesanya's techniques, pointing out some things that I noticed that I think he does exceptionally well. Please feel free in the comment section to drop some things you notice. What are some of the things he does striking that is exceptional and awesome? Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you guys enjoyed it and you enjoy this type of video, please let me know. Also, if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed the segment, consider subscribing. Thank you so much, guys. And until the next one, you all take care.